They gon' look at you different when you moving forward. But just stick to the code, you get yours, I get mine. Squad. Yeah, I go extra high for my entourage. Check my repertoire, Jim Jones. Everywhere I go, you know it's reppin' time. It's reppin' time. When Latifah ready, when we set it off, we set it off. If they sleeping on me, I'ma wake them up. They fakers, fakers. I really do. I'm caking up, the rent is due. Plus I got my mama and my kiddies too. They growing up. Time is moving faster. What we wasting for? No holding back. Got a lot to prove. I owe you that we all we got. I go out for my squad and I put that on squad. All I got is my word and my word is my bond. Yeah, they gon' look at you different when you moving forward. And show this, but just stick to the code. You get yours, I get mine. I've been reflecting on how we got this far, even when the pressure's on, finessing strong. Plus I got my team around me heavy, ain't no extra bros. You can keep them, keep Giuseppe's on delusional. Who gon' beat it? I go out for my squad and I put that on squad. All I got is my word and my word is my bond. Yeah, they gon' look at you different when you moving forward. But just stick to the code, you get yours, I get mine.
Yeah. Young Gerald. Yeah. Yeah. Die line with the boom pow. Every week now I switch to a new style. 212s in the back just blew out. Everything I do end up in the news now. Yeah. Lead a club with a few now. Just some Hollywood and they do. I'm in the mood now. 2 a.m. What you wanna do now? What you wanna do now? Little baby pass. Don't spill on me, that's Margella. Got this Oakland game to tell her.
Hello, everyone. I'm Larry Ridley, and you're tuned in to Madden 18 on EA Sports. Today, we've got a team that's been great at defending the pass. The Chargers are top 10 at defending the pass, and they'll be going up against the Browns, who will need to solve that secondary.
Larry, football is back in Los Angeles as we welcome you inside the StubHub Center in Carson, California. The scene a moment ago, unlike any other in the NFL for a lot of years. The crowd here in Carson might be half the size of a normal NFL stadium, but they are twice as loud as their Chargers get set to face off with the Cleveland Browns. This is taken about 7 yards deep. They'll run for the first time with Johnson. And he'll fight forward to about the 27-yard line. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
Well, he was looking for some running room, and there wasn't a whole lot of it there on that play. I think he was lucky to get a couple of yards out of it because those defenders, they were rallying to the football pretty quickly.
Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively. Off-play action. Newton dancing to his left. And he's got it. Oh, right away, he lost the football.
On plays like this, when the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is a quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
They'll try and run for it. Here's Johnson. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. They only get 2 there, but on 3rd and 1, that's all they needed to keep the drive going. Yardage here to the 31-yard line. So a loss of 5, and it'll be 2nd down.
Every year I go to the combine and marvel at the speeds that linebackers are running nowadays. They run like DBs. And let's face it, they know how to finish plays too. Eyes up, head up, run right through them.
Now some movement before the snap. And we'll hear from our referee for the first time this afternoon. Call that a loss of 5 yards on the play. And they'll try the air now with Newton. He rifles one that's intercepted. Trevor Williams with a pick. They were ball hawks last week. They had a trio of interceptions on defense. In the first drive, they pick up right where they left off.
They're creating quite a reputation for themselves, aren't they? And sometimes what happens is when they know that the defense can take the ball away, as they saw the previous week, now you try too hard to not let them take it away, and you force yourself into errors. They've intimidated them in a sense and gotten the ball from them.
Now flags will come in. I think this one's going to be on the defense for jumping. And the D looking like they may blitz. To throw is Rivers. Sets up the screen to Gordon. And on this one, he'll get to the 15, right at the 15-yard line. Second down now after the pass completion. They'll run. This is Melvin Gordon. 2 yards on the pickup there, but it's enough to give him a new set of downs.
But we always talk about good down and distance, allowing offenses to expand their playbook. Well, 2nd and 2, that means your playbook's wide open. You can run just about anything. A lot of times, the play caller, he just looks down at his sheet, sees the short yardage runs, and goes to one of those.
They go back to Gordon here on first down. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4. Charles, they won last week despite him not running the ball well. They told us need to get him going. Runs like that help.
And they talked to us about leaning on him because, as you noted, last week they didn't have to. Still won the ball game. They leaned on other people to give them the yardage that they needed, but they really want him to be that guy, and that's what they're doing early in this game.
Move him a little closer as he takes it from the 7 down to the 4-yard line.
Okay, no score on that play, but this guy's been a touchdown machine all year long. You know they trust him with the football.
Now a handoff as they run left side. And this is going to result in losing yardage. They're driven back to the 8-yard line. He loses 4, and it brings up 4th. And Sturgis able to knock it through, and the Chargers grab themselves a 3-0 lead. So the opening drive for them here on their home turf results in a field goal.
Now that's the way you want to get things started. Your stadium, your crowd, You've got the ball, put points on the board first, and let everyone start to celebrate.
That's fielded in the end zone. And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 as he's taken down right at the 20. Heading out as the Cleveland offense now as they get set to take over here. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football.
And I think that one might have been intercepted, but he will be ruled out of bounds. So this will go only as incomplete. David Njoku was the intended receiver, and that'll bring up second down. They'll run it now out of the gun, and he'll get only a couple up to the 22.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Force the incompletion on first down. Then you're able to shut down the running play on second.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in an expected passing situation.
Throwing on third down, Newton. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up fourth down.
This team is not going to make it easy for you. They're a physical group, and we just saw it there on that play. He came in, made the contact, just as he's trying to haul it in.
This is away and a very good kick, angled for the sidelines. And the punt over the side in the air, and the spot will be inside the 35. Now the Chargers offensive unit ready to see what they can do here. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one happy about the 3-point?
The kicker.
Exactly. You put it through the post. That's going to help him in contract time. But that offense, they're thinking, let's get in the end zone this time.
I don't know if that helped him in contract time. You could have kicked that one through.
I don't know about that.
Toe bash.
I don't know about
toe
that.
bashed it.
Super toe.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And able to use his blockers to get this up over the 40. A nice job there as he rumbles for 9. And it'll be back to a 3rd and 3.
On a 2nd and long, it's really nice to see an offense that has enough confidence to run the football in that situation. I think that goes back to their practice and game planning. They've seen things that they've seen on tape and in previous games that led them to believe that even in a long-distance situation, they can still run the football and gain enough yardage to put themselves in a good spot on 3rd down.
Oh, spinning away. So he fought off the tackle, and that effort gives him the first before he's brought down. They get 5 out of that one, and it moves the chains.
On 3rd down, that's a good job of situational football and understanding where the first down marker was and getting there.
Now Gordon on 1st down. And he'll fight his way forward to about the 48-yard line. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
Looks like they're establishing a pretty good pattern here because they've been very heavy in the running game on the last 4 plays.
Yeah, you took the words right out of my mouth. So far, 4 plays in this drive, all 4 on the ground. Now Rivers going to give to Gordon on the draw. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. Officially no gain on the play, and they're left with a 3rd and 8. Back now to begin the 2nd quarter with Charles Davis, Brandon Gaudin. It's the Chargers here with a football. They're facing a tough spot, 3rd and 8 here to start things out. And on the outside, they're playing press coverage. Throwing Rivers. Try to get it to Williams, but it's intercepted. Picked off at the 45. And he'll get this one out to the 50 to the midfield stripe.
Brandon, this is a veteran quarterback back there. He should know better than to make a throw like this. This is definitely not his best ball, and I think he knew this was trouble the second it was leaving his hand.
Now contact up front as penalty markers come in. Who is this against? The penalty. It's Johnson. And able to push forward for right around 3 yards down to the 42.
Not a whole lot there after the penalty, but remember, it was 1st and 5, not 1st and 10, so now they can keep grinding out first downs and good things can happen for them. Just 2nd and short coming up.
Back to the ground. This time it's high. And he'll be brought down, it looks like right at the 40. 2 yards on the pickup there, but it's enough to give him a new set of downs.
Not too many more ideal situations in 2nd and 2 in order to try and pick up a first down. They ran it and picked it up.
Now a play fake here on first down. Throw left side, caught by the tight end Njoku. And he gets this down inside the 35 before going out of bounds. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. On 2nd down, Johnson. And he works it to the 30-yard line here, right at the 30. It's a gain of 4 there, and it gives him a new set of downs.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football in that situation. It's almost a tendency breaker.
They stay on the ground on first with Johnson. About 3 yards there to the 27.
Well, he hasn't made much of an impact in the running game thus far, and after that last run, not much is going to change in that area.
He hasn't been able to get anything going, and really the offensive line not helping him much. On 2nd down, here's Newton. And he's going to drop this off to his fullback. And he's able to get it down to the 25-yard line. They'll get a couple yards on that one, and that's going to bring up a 3rd down. Newton now to throw. And he can't hang on to it. Nearly picked. He's known for his hands defensively, but instead it just brings up 4th down. And this one is no good. He missed it. And this score will stay right where it is. So he had a chance to get him on the board there, but unfortunately that big yellow metallic structure in the back of the end zone, it had other plans.
And that's when we're kickers watching it the whole way saying, oh no, don't hit it. Brats.
They'll start on the ground. This is Gordon on 1st down. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. That good for 19 and a 1st down.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking them for that much space to rumble.
This is Gordon as they go to him again. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. The number 1 overall pick, Myles Garrett, showing why he was the number 1 pick as he gets him behind the line. And he'll give it here to his running back. Finding room inside the 40. And he's brought down. That one good for 13 and a Charger first.
Absolutely love the run right there. This guy's known for his quickness, but also for his speed. And he's able to get to the second level almost before you blink if you give him any type of blocking. Always talk about slot receivers, and they're usually known as quicker than fast. In this case, we've got a guy who's quick and fast, and he used it to great advantage.
Now Rivers going to give it off to Gordon. Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down. Two minutes remain here in the first half. We'll come back to Southern California after this. Defense showing blitz. And now here's a carry heading left. And a short gain there down to the 37-yard line. Just a couple there on the second down run. Now they're staring at a 3rd and 8 situation.
This drive is pretty clear. Almost feels like old school fundamentals, doesn't it? Want to impose their will on the defense. What's that, 5 straight runs?
Yeah, 5 straight carries to start this drive. And like you said, the way it's working, they may just stick with it. The Chargers on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 8. They'll run it now out of the gun. And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line. And now a timeout called defensively by the Browns. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. From here, this would have been a 48-yarder, but no, they're going to go for it. Looks like the defense in press coverage here. Now a handoff as they run left side. And the broken tackle helps lead to a first down gain. Give them 15 yards on that one and a Charger first down.
It's 4th and 2, and you know the defense is going to stack the line of scrimmage. So you have to be definite about your decision about where to go.
Detroit! Back there! Go on, man, look at 56. Look at 56.
Rivers going to turn and give this one to his running back, Gordon. And he'll take this one down near the 15. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Sometimes play calls boil down to philosophy. You know you're facing one of the top 10 units against the run in the NFL. So do you decide to keep smashing against them, or do you decide to throw the ball here?
And he'll fight his way down right around the 12. Give him 3 yards, and now they're left needing a conversion here on 3rd and 6. Now a second timeout called for by the defense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. The Chargers on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This will be 3rd and 6. Now they'll run it on the toss. And this play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back to the 15. And play is stopped here. Timeout. It's the defense calling the timeout here. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. And Sturgis able to knock it through. And that will add 3 more to their lead. It pushes it up to 6. Just a little bit of time left here in the second quarter, but they get the field goal near the end of the first half to expand that lead.
Now, that's got to feel good, but they can't let up. Now on the kickoff, they've got to make sure they don't give up a big return or big yardage to set up the other team for one last chance to score themselves.
That's fielded in the end zone. And there is a flag as he's brought down right at the 25-yard line. But who's this going to be against? Officials so cognizant of that call nowadays, but that would look pretty easy.
Yeah, you're right. They took out of their hands having to wonder whether it's a 5-yard or a 15-yard inadvertent or not. Now, it's a lot easier. You see it, you call it.
Now Newton on first down. Forced out to his left. Looking downfield for Jones. So they took a shot on first down but couldn't connect.
Well, one thing that I've liked defensively is that they've shown him a lot of different looks here in the first half. They've come after him. They've sat back. I think that's what you need to do to keep an offense guessing.
And they certainly have kept them on their toes. That's why they haven't had much success on the scoreboard. To the air, Newton on second down. Looking deep for who? Looking for Jones, and it's intercepted. Trevor Williams with a pick. And he will be brought down as time is now run out on this first half of action. So a couple of field goals, that's all we've been able to muster through 2 quarters of play. 6-0 is our count at the break. The second quarter score, meanwhile, down in Arizona. And the early lead there belonging to the Cardinals. And we'll keep you abreast of how that one shakes out. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. We remind you, coming up later tonight, we got a good NFC battle. The Eagles and Seahawks from Seattle, coverage starting at 8:30 Eastern. And tomorrow we'll put a bow on Week 13 with an AFC North matchup between the Steelers and the Bengals from Cincinnati.
A hard-hitting battle right there.
Now a handoff looking right. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Well, if the coaching staff's doing a good job upstairs, they'll file away what they just saw from the defense right there. They sold out to stop that running play. I'd say keep that in mind. They want to try that again. Go play action, hit them over the top.
And now here's a carry heading left. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Give them 12 yards there, and the Chargers have a first down.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. The tight end changing his position. Now a handoff. This is Gordon going left. And he'll take this up over the 40 to about the 41. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Not much happening there on first down.
I thought there might have been a hole for a split second.
Yeah, but it dried up pretty quickly, didn't it? Closed fast.
See if they stay on the ground for 2nd down. They keep it on the ground. Again, Gordon. And he'll push this forward only to about the 42-yard line. Just a 1-yard pickup there, and it's going to make it 3rd down at 6.
Tough day. Tough sledding right there, and it's been that way the entire game. Not a whole lot of room to ramble for him.
Yeah, you're right. It's been that way all afternoon. Didn't get a whole lot better there. The Chargers on 3rd down. Just 1 for 5 to this point. This will be 3rd and 6. They'll run it now out of the gun. Muscling a big seam, and he might go all the way. Touchdown, L.A. A big play there. His 9th touchdown of the season. And the Chargers find a way to stretch their lead. Well, they had their chances in the first half, you remember, but had to settle for 2 field goals. This time they come away with 6.
I think they actually got affirmation about what they were doing by getting a touchdown, because the field goals means they got in range but couldn't quite finish it off. This time they broke through, and that's great for the old confidence.
And on the sideline, difference of a feeling between 3 and 6, is it astronomical or no?
It can be at times, that's for sure. A lot of times the field goal feels like a disappointment. The touchdown, well, that tells you you're getting it done.
That'll be taken in the end zone. And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25. Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the second half. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. Here's Newton now on second down. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up third down.
Let's face it, if you want to get back into the game, these are the kind of throws you got to hit. He's wide open right there. Got to be able to get it to him, don't you think?
And those are the throws that haven't been available to them every time he's dropped a pass. Yeah, that's a big miss. On third down, Newton out to the flat for Hyde. And he will have a first down here at about the 40. 13 yards to pick up there. Good for a Cleveland first. Well, clearly one of his advantages as a passer is his height. Sit back in the pocket, fired over the middle. That makes things tougher defensively, doesn't it?
It really does, because your goal is to move the quarterback off his initial spot when he gets his drop back completed. But when you have that type of height, he can stay in there. If he's willing to take the hits and just fire over the top, which saves him time and actually completes a play a little bit quicker than it normally does for a quarterback who has to slide and find open space to throw.
On second down, Hyde. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. They'll lose a yard, and it brings up third.
But these guys are going to chop into that deficit. They're going to have to do a much better job in the run game. Caught behind the line of scrimmage, no yardage to be found.
That's on the guard, Kevin Zeitler, first-round pick back in 2012. The Browns on third down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 7. Here's Newton. Over the middle, complete. It's Gordon. Gordon loses the football. It's loose. And picked up by the Chargers. And they will set up shop at their own 41-yard line.
We have seen this before, and we know coaches preach about this and work on it all the time. Catch the ball. You know there's going to be some traffic somewhere. They've got to put it away and secure it as they try and get downfield.
And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down. So now 11 yards to go for this offensive unit. It's second down. Here comes the D swarming to the line. They'll keep it on the ground. This time it's Gordon. And he will be brought down at about the 43 that time. Give him 3 yards on the run there. That still leaves him with a difficult 3rd and 8 coming up. And the defense searches for one more stop here after the run on second down. Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. Call it a gain of 4, but not enough. The punt team going to need to be summoned here on 4th down. Here's Drew Kaiser now. And the way this offense has moved the ball, he hasn't been needed till here in the 3rd. He gets us away. It's a good one. Drawing toward the sidelines. Out of bounds and close. The question, was it a touchback? No. They'll say it crossed out at the 2-yard line. Oh, the NFL scoreboard elsewhere. Third quarter down in Arizona. It's the Cardinals. They are up in that game to this point. Remember to keep an eye on the ticker, of course, at the bottom of your screen for updates on that game and others around the NFL. From the end zone, Newton. And look at this. Cam Newton intercepted a third time. Picked off by Jason Verrett. And he will bring it back to about the 11-yard line. If you combine last week and this week, he's got a hat trick going because he had 2 interceptions a week ago.
He's seeing the ball so well and understanding where receivers are and positioning. I mean, just watching him work with such great technique and paying it off by actually catching the ball when he has a chance, he's helping his team in a huge way.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. And after getting tackled, he's still down and looking very slow to get up. We'll step aside and come back to Carson after this.
Hey, Rocky, back down to that Philly. Here we go.
Now a handoff as they run left side. And he's going to press this one forward as they stop him right around the 1. That's going to be a 6-yard gain. It leaves him with third down and just a yard to go. And the defense definitely showing blitz here. They come out with 1 back and 3 tight ends. And now here's a carry heading left. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Chargers. A great effort there. His 10th touchdown of the season, 2nd of the game. And the Chargers capitalize on the short field as they take it in for 6. And it is now 21-0. Sturgis out now to kick this one off. That's fielded in the end zone. And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25. Now the Browns offense, they get ready to head back onto the field. And last time, 1-play interception. So this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see when they decide to do a play calling. Because a 1-play drive where you throw an interception, a lot of people think the very next time out, run the football, don't give them a chance.
Maybe play action?
I think maybe you go play action, show your quarterback, get a little confidence in him, and let him fling another one.
Flushed out right. And he just gets rid of it, throws it away. The wise move there, looked like nobody open, now 2nd down.
What's the old adage, be quick but don't hurry? Well, that went right out the window there. He was hurried, harassed. That ball had to be gotten rid of, otherwise he was going to get sacked.
Back to throw, Newton. He's going to air one out. And it's knocked away and incomplete. The Pro Bowl wideout Julio Jones is intended receiver. And it's 3rd down. It's been this way most of the afternoon, hasn't it? This secondary really put this receiving core on lockdown.
Listen, they've worked together like a basketball team that's playing excellent defense. Great communication, doesn't matter whether it's man or zone, and especially against deep balls as we saw.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Casey Hayward. And he will score. Touchdown, LA. Casey Hayward, a Pro Bowler for the first time last year, plays like that or why? Remember, he led the, I know you know this, but led the NFL in interceptions with 7.
And he's done it really in a difficult way because, remember, he plays outside, he plays inside in the slot, and a lot of those routes inside come at you so fast, it's hard to get your head around and make a play on the football. Yet Casey Hayward led the NFL in interceptions.
And all that worked, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. And now the Browns coming out on the field. And they gave up the pick 6, and now they'll be looking to right the ship here. Now, as a quarterback, are you a little more cautious this go-around?
You should be, just because after what you gave up, but you can't be so...
And now here is another interception. Trevor Williams with a pick, and he's going to get this one to the 23-yard line. And that gives him now 3 interceptions in the game.
But someone's locked into what they're trying to get done in the passing game. When was the last time we had someone get 3 in a contest?
2011, wasn't it? Kurt Coleman?
Oh, yeah, that's
then
right.
with the Eagles.
That's right. Then with the Eagles, and I believe it's against Washington and Rex Grossman.
That's correct. Now they'll run it on the toss. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down. Back now at the StubHub Center in Carson. A lot of happy faces in the crowd at this point as their guys have a big lead here to start quarter number 4. And the offense behind the chains here a touch on 2nd and 11. And the big tight end shifting around. Now a handoff as they run left side. He's able to work free for about 6 down to the 18.
But you got to give kudos to your offensive line and the guy carrying the ball because they were in a 2nd and long situation. It seemed pretty dire, but they brought it back to 3rd and manageable with that run.
The Chargers on 3rd down. They've converted 3 times in 8 chances. This will be 3rd and 5. And now here's a carry heading left. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the 4th as it was way back in the 1st, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to condition during the season in order to continue to carry the ball at this rate.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And give him 5 that time as they draw a bit closer here for a 2nd and goal.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run, got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
Saw through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now. 2nd and goal from the 1. And just a short gain that time as they're able to get him down. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
That didn't just feel like good defense there. That felt like pride, didn't it? He's already gotten into the end zone.
And he will get in across the chalk for a Chargers touchdown. A great play there. His 3rd touchdown of the game, number 11 on the year. And the Chargers capitalize on the short field as they take it in for 6. Now this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. Sturgis out now to kick this one off. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Browns offense heading back out to take possession. And last time wasn't pretty. 1 play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And he can't find anywhere to go with it. And he goes down. Melvin Ingram. He's the one to get him. And that's sack number 7 for him on the year. To throw on 2nd down is Newton. And my goodness, another interception. Picked up by Casey Hayward. And this is going to be a Charger touchdown. That's the story of the game. They've been suffocating all game long on defense. They were suffocating there again in a big way.
And they've done it not just by out-athleting them, which is often the case, but by being able to adjust to anything they tried to throw at them and beating them to the punch each and every time. This was a defense that was well prepared.
That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. The Browns offense trotting back onto the field. And they just had that pick six. I guess the only positive maybe of them returning that for a touchdown. This offense right back out onto the field to try to make up for it.
I like that because now it doesn't give them a chance to go to the bench and really settle. You know, to sit there and kind of seethe over the idea that they turned the ball over previously.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Corey Legent able to swap him from that defensive tackle spot for a loss of 5. Looking to throw on second down. Newton, that's Njoku over the middle. And he'll go down just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. They'll wind up getting 10 back there as it'll leave them with a 3rd and 5. Newton to throw, and he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time. 44 on his first punt, and this is a good kick as well. Returning, it's Benjamin. Oh, now he bowls him over. And now running right through him. Great blocking, nearly sprung him there. 28-yard return. And it'll be Charger football here as they take over. They'll run it now out of the gun. Room here to run. But he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And all the way in for a Charger touchdown. A big play there. 53 yards. And this Charger offense is running away with this one. Sturgis out now to kick this one off. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. And the Browns getting set to go. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone. And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board. They've got to just take a deep breath, relax, try to figure out what is working, and call more of that. Give him 9 there on the first down completion. If he's their best threat on offense, use your #1 cover guy on defense. It doesn't matter about size. They have had him locked up. That just his first catch of the game. Big reason why they're down. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. 3 yards there, good enough to keep the drive moving. I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Another wayward pass. Things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better. And all that does is embolden the secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better. And on the outside, they're playing press coverage. 2nd and 10, Newton again. Oh, and now he bowls him over. And they will finally get him, but not until he's all the way down inside the 15-yard line. Charles, whatever's going on between his ears right now, it's just not completely calculated correctly. 7 picks between last week and this week after that one. And they always say the ball. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals. So another score there. And often you talk about the 3 phases of the game. Defense, offense, special teams. It's been a clean sweep in this one, hasn't it? It certainly has. They've been pretty dominant throughout this game. And privately,
The head coach will add a fourth phase. That's the coaching. And he'll tell the ownership that as he tries to negotiate a new contract off of this win.
They are looking strong here in the fourth quarter. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. Here comes the Browns offense back onto the field. They start the drive with Hyde, and he'll go down right at the 30-yard line. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
Partner, I think from our experience together, we have learned that most offensive coordinators are going to tell you, if I'm going to run the football on first down, I've got to get at least 4 yards. They got 5 here. They got to feel pretty good about that one.
They stay on the ground. This time it's Johnson. And a decent gain there as that takes us to the 2-minute warning. Give him 4 yards on the play, and that will lead us into the 2-minute warning. Looks like the defense in press coverage here. On third down, Johnson. No gain on the play there, and it'll bring up fourth down. Now they got to get to the line quickly. And the trend continues here in the fourth like it was in the first, second, and third. He's had nowhere to run.
And you're probably thinking to yourself, why do they keep feeding him the football? Well, they trust him first and foremost. They do believe that over time he might actually pop one of these runs. But bottom line is he takes care of the ball well for them, so they'll keep handing it to him.
They go play action here on first down. Escaping the pressure right. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down.
Brandon, that's just football 101. If you're out of the pocket, you've got to get rid of the football in this situation. You cannot take a sack in a 2-minute drill.
So the D-line's going to spread out. To throw on second down. Newton steps away to his left. And now here's another interception. Picked off by Jason Verrett. And the return comes to a halt right at the 44-yard line. Yet another interception, and I just had to double-check my math. But it is now 8 between last week and this week.
Well, I just used a calculator. I didn't worry about double-checking it. But the thing that always throws me when you see quarterbacks in this type of a bad spot, they're trying to figure out what they can do to change it. And sometimes they try too hard, and they never get out of it. And that's where he is right now. He's just locked in a really bad way.
2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Doesn't matter who you're rooting for in this game. The effort of the man with the football, getting away from one and trying to turn forward and get some yardage, I really liked what he did there.
And after the play on the ground, that brings up 2nd down here. Throwing here, Rivers going deep for Benjamin. So the long attempt falls innocently to the ground, and it brings up 3rd. Fourth quarter, you've got the big lead. If you're coaching, Charles, you still taking shots like that downfield?
I'd be a little more concerned with running some clock and making sure you're taking care of the lead, because you keep flinging it around, you throw a couple of picks, you can put yourself in jeopardy.
And checking that NFL scoreboard there in the fourth quarter down in Arizona. And that one is now a 2-touchdown advantage for the Cardinals. If they indeed win, it would be win number 9 on the season. They go play action. Rivers. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes.
I know every down's important, but you know as well as I do, partner, 3rd down is key for both offenses and defenses, and Cleveland's got to get better on 3rd down on D.
And what they did right there, you're right, they need more of. They were tied for 30th in the NFL in sacks last year, but a big one there brings up a punting situation. Here's Drew Kaiser now. As the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. And it's out of bounds. Now we'll see what the side judge says. He says out at the 8-yard line. And now Cleveland geared up to take the field. They are down big. They have not scored a single point I don't know. Are they so defeated at this point you just want to get in the locker room, get the heck out of here?
That is one way to approach it. Sometimes coaches say, that's it, okay? It hasn't worked all game. There's no sense in doing something now. Let's get out of here. No one gets hurt. But others will look at it and say, we still have an opportunity to do something.
On the line.
Exactly. You have pride on the line, execution as you look forward and get ready for you.
He's got a man complete. A big play that time for Cleveland. And what are the whistles for? A timeout. So they'll stop the clock here in a game that's been decided in the closing seconds. From the 50, Newton. Chargers able to get the pressure and bring him down. And now we're going to get a timeout. Somewhat pointlessly called with 3 seconds to go in a game that's already been decided. One last throw here for Newton. And my goodness, another interception. Trevor Williams with a pick. And now running right through it. The storyline in this one, Charles, no doubt the number 0. Zilch, nada. A shutout so hard to do in the NFL.
There's a lot of pride that goes into shutting out an opponent. And how about that 0 on the scoreboard for them, going along with those zeros in the time column, too.
So for the home team here, they continue to keep pace for that first-round bye as they move to 11-1. So that'll just about do it for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. With that, we say so long from Southern California.